What if everything you thought you knew about BTS leadership was suddenly turned upside down? What if, in the middle of the most anticipated world tour of 2026, a silent shift began to unfold, one that no one saw coming? Yet everyone is now desperately trying to understand. Because right now, one question is echoing across social media, fan communities, and entertainment headlines worldwide. Is Jungkook really stepping in as the new leader of BTS for the 2026 World Tour? The rumor didn't just appear out of nowhere. It started subtly, almost like a whisper. A short clip, a moment on stage, a decision behind the scenes that seemed different. Fans began noticing something unusual in recent appearances. Jungkook, the Golden Magne, the youngest member who once shyly stood behind his hyungs, suddenly appeared to be taking charge in ways that felt unfamiliar and yet strangely natural. During rehearsals leaked online, eagle-eyed fans noticed Jungkook guiding the group through choreography adjustments, speaking more frequently with production staff, and even stepping forward during key discussions. It wasn't just confidence. It was authority. Calm, controlled, and undeniably present at first. Many brushed it off as coincidence. After all, Jungkook has grown tremendously over the years. His evolution from a shy teenager to a global superstar is something ARMY has proudly witnessed. But this felt different. Then came the moment that truly ignited the fire. During a recent pre-tour event, when asked about preparations for the massive 2026 World Tour, Jungkook responded before anyone else. His tone was steady, his words measured, and his presence commanding. He spoke not just as a performer, but as someone carrying responsibility for the entire team. Fans froze. Why was Jungkook answering questions typically directed at RM? Why did the rest of the members look at him, not with surprise, but with quiet acknowledgement? And just like that, the internet exploded. Is Jungkook the new leader? Did BigHit change BTS leadership? Where is RM in all of this? Speculations spiraled out of control. Some believed it was a temporary adjustment. Others claimed it was a strategic decision by the agency. A few even suggested deeper reasons, ones that fans weren't ready to confront. But then, BigHit finally broke their silence to in an official statement that was both clarifying and mysterious. The company addressed the growing rumors. They denied any permanent change in leadership, firmly stating that RM remains the official leader of BTS. However, what caught everyone's attention was what they said next. They acknowledged that during the upcoming world tour, leadership roles may be more fluid depending on performance needs, creative direction, and individual member strengths. Fluid leadership. What does that even mean? For many fans, this statement raised more questions than it answered. Because while it confirmed RM's position, it also opened the door to something unprecedented within BTS, a shared leadership dynamic. And at the center of it all, Jungkook. To understand why this possibility is shaking the fandom, you have to go back to the beginning. RM has always been more than just a leader. He is the voice, the translator, the mediator, the intellectual anchor of BTS. His leadership is deeply rooted in communication, philosophy, and emotional intelligence. Replacing him isn't just about assigning a new role. It's about redefining the identity of BTS itself. Why Jungkook? Why now? The answer might lie in the transformation we've all been witnessing. Jungkook is no longer just the youngest member. He has become a global force, an artist who commands stages, breaks records, and connects with audiences in a way that feels almost magnetic. His discipline, work ethic, and instinctive understanding of performance have elevated him into a position of natural influence within the group. But leadership isn't just about talent, it's about trust. And perhaps the biggest clue lies not in what was said publicly, but in how the members interact with him. Recent behind-the-scenes footage shows subtle but powerful moments. Jin listening closely as Jungkook speaks. Suga nodding during discussions led by him. Jimin and V exchanging glances that seem to say, he's ready. Even J-Hope, known for his strong stage leadership, appears comfortable sharing that space. And RM's reaction might be the most telling of all. In one quiet clip, he watches Jungkook lead a rehearsal, a soft smile forming on his face. There's no tension, no resistance, just pride. Could it be that this shift isn't about replacement, but evolution? What if BTS is entering a new era where leadership isn't held by one person, but shared among members depending on the moment? If that's the case, Jungkook stepping forward during the World Tour isn't a challenge to RM. It's a reflection of BTS's growth as a team. Still, fans can't help but feel emotional. The idea of change, even when it's positive, is never easy. For years, RM has been the pillar of BTS's identity. The thought of someone else stepping into a leadership role, even temporarily, feels like the end of an era. But maybe it's also the beginning of something even bigger, because if there's one thing BTS has always done, it's defy expectations. They've never followed the traditional path. They've rewritten rules, broken barriers, and redefined what it means to be a global group. So perhaps this fluid leadership concept is just another step in that journey. And Jungkook? He might just be the perfect symbol of that change, a once shy boy who grew into a leader, not by force, but by becoming someone his members naturally trust. But the biggest question still remains, what will happen when the World Tour officially begins? Will Jungkook take center stage not just as a performer, but as a leader? Will RM step back, or will we see a new kind of leadership dynamic unfold live in front of millions? And how will ARMY react when the reality becomes impossible to ignore? Right now, no one knows for sure. But one thing is certain, something is changing inside BTS. And whether it's a temporary shift, a strategic move, or the start of a completely new era, fans around the world are watching, analyzing, and holding their breath. So what do you think? Is Jungkook truly stepping into a leadership role? Or is this just another moment that proves BTS is evolving in ways we're only beginning to understand? Stay close, because this story is far from over, and the next chapter might be even more shocking than anything we've seen so far. The BTS World Tour 2026 is already making global headlines. But no one expected this. Rumors are exploding that Jungkook could step up as leader, replacing RM during the tour. Is this real or just fan theory? BigHit Music finally responds, and their statement is raising even more questions. In this video, we break down everything happening right now, fan reactions, hidden clues, and what this means for BTS in 2026. Stay until the end because the truth might shock you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for daily BTS updates. Fire Purple Heart.